I just bought the worst 70 Torino GT on Marketplace ever. I'm Bill, this is FlatBroke Garage. Welcome to the channel. I know you guys are going to say, finish the blue car. But this popped up. It's in Inman, South Carolina. I had to have it. Let me show you what we got. It's lacking a few things, but when I get this thing home, I'll show you guys what we got. Definitely doesn't have any potential whatsoever. I'm an idiot. Well, it's the next day. A little more overcast today, but I left the car at my buddy Steve's place because I think I have a plan. First, I got to kind of really absorb the car. I haven't had much of a chance to even look at it myself. That was about a 400-mile round trip, and I was on a timeline. So luckily we got there, he loaded it up quick, and I had to get back. So this is my first real chance, along with you guys, to kind of crawl around this and look at it and figure out how I'm going to get this thing off this trailer. Let's see what I bought. So it is indeed a 1970 Torino GT sports roof or fastback. Has the laser stripe options, which is kind of cool. This was a 351 car. It's got a white interior with a bench seat, automatic manual drums on the column. Kind of a middle of the road car, I'm guessing. Usually these battery boxes are rotted out a lot worse, and these inner frame rails are shot. That ain't too bad. The core support's rotted, but all these, the core support rots on. It does have the notorious cowl rust, which is bad. That's the same problem I have with most of mine. Upper and lower cowls have to be replaced, so that's not good. But let's look at the big monkey in the room. The damage. This is bad. This whole pillar, post, a post, is pushed in. I don't know how far, but it's pretty far. I can't even, it must have got hit going this way. Yeah, it's bad. It's got a dash in it. Car had supposedly 70,000 miles on it. It's a non-AC car. This doesn't have the 5s in it. I guess there's a difference between the dashes. There's 115, 105. I don't know, but there's a difference in the dashes. So it does have that, and the dash pad, I'm going to pull out his back there. See, you can see it's hit so hard the whole steel dash buckled. And there is rust in the floors. You can't see the torque boxes, but torque boxes are good. That's good. It has one drum, no steering. They took suspension off this side. It does have rust. You see it up here in the top of this frame rail. Probably not the best. Well, this is fairly solid. Rocker looks solid. This mirror right here was worth the trip right out there. These sports mirrors, 70 sports mirror. These are worth some money. And the main reason that drew me to this car is this trim right here. See this trim? This trim here, guys, is like gold. Now, it's not perfect, but this will clean up. The trim on my blue car, I'm calling it about the same, but I was hoping for an extra set of trim, but the piece on the other side, this piece here, is cracked and broken, but at least I got one. And these little clips here, whew, those are expensive if you need them. The trunk locks out. Let me see if I got a screwdriver. See if I can open this trunk. Let's see what's inside. Yeah, I had a screwdriver. I don't know if it's big enough, but let's see. I don't know if I can get in there. I have to put you down because I'm going to need I need my flashlight and can't hold a camera, a screwdriver, or a flashlight, so I'm going to put you down. I think we got it. Ugh. Aha. There's our problem. Lock is anyway. Sweet. We've got the axles. This gives me an idea. I should hang on. Let's look at the inside here. Really, it's got all the factory. It's got the trunk mat in it still. The quarters, little bit of rust, but not too bad. Usually this whole back panel is rotted out on these. Ooh, there's some creature shells. No, this isn't bad. The thing that's hard to find are these deck lids. Not rusty. This one is rusty but salvageable, I would say. These corners all rot out. This one's beginning. This is bad over here. Oh yeah, this whole there's issues here, but back to the axle shafts. I have a plan. What if I was to just bolt these axle shafts back into this 9-inch housing, and that would hold the axles in. I could lift this car up. I could set this on tires, so I could clean these axles up. We can bolt them in and put back tires on it, and then I can pick this car up and pull it off. So, all right, I'm gonna have to go gather some stuff up. Gotta get me a bunch of bolts, nuts. I got some rust here. I don't know what the hell that was. So this side got a little bit more rust in it. Oh, this thing had like a trailer hitch on it, like my other car. Wow. I'm guessing. This is from Guy Motors, Anderson, South Carolina. He said that it's probably been a South Carolina car its whole life. Let's take a look at the rear unibody. Spring hangers and unibody. It's all pretty good. Spring hanger perch in front. That looks pretty good. It said they gutted the 9-inch out of here. Boy, this thing's hit hard. Here's the piece of chrome I was hoping to save, but that's gone. That sucks. So I'm gonna take these axle shafts home with me. I'm gonna clean up the bearings. I'm gonna come back with a wire wheel and some nuts and bolts, and we'll clean all that out. We'll shove those axles in. I put some tires on, and we should be able to drag this thing off. Well, I've got these axles home. They do spin, and you can, this one's stiff, but you can kind of see some greasish looking stuff. I'm just going to wire wheel these down, clean the bearings up, clean the threads off so I can get lug nuts on it, and spray some schmoo in here so they spin a little easier, and gather up 8 nuts and bolts. I think they're 3/8. I think they're fine thread, actually they're studs, but we'll just put bolts in it for now, and that should work to hold tires on and get it off a trailer. Oh, I went and dug out my drawer of miscellaneous junk lug nuts and cleaned these threads off. I ran a lug nut over each one of them, little WD-40. I found enough mismatched lug nuts. I think we're good there. Clean the bearings up. They roll good. WD-40 them. I got to get 8, I think they're 3/8, whatever size bolts. I don't have the studs, but then I got to go down to my storage shed. I think I have I have the complete drum brake front end off my blue Torino that I converted to disc. So I think I'll just take that lower control arm and spindle and all that and bolt that on the other side of the car. That way we got 4 tires. Let me see if I can dig that stuff out, and we'll head over and insert parts. And we're in my other little building down here, and there we are. These had brand new brakes on them, new A-arms. Oh, look, I can unbolt, because they had new ball joints. I can unbolt the ball joints, take the upper control arm off, and I can just bolt all this on to that other suspension. That way I don't have to screw with that coil spring. I just got to figure out which side. That is the driver's side. I'll grab it and pull it out. That one's had replaced ball joints too. So, all right, I'll drag that, pull that upper control arm off, and we'll just bolt all that on. I think I got one of those, a set of those cam bolts too. I'll have to look. If not, we'll just put a bolt through it. So, all right, let's get this drug out. Well, I'm back at the car. My next order of business is to clean all of this out so we can get the bearing, the axle and the bearing back in here. Shouldn't be too bad. And then I got bolts. Well, I got that one's froze in and that one's broke, but I can at least get 2 bolts in here to hold the axle in. We'll clean this up a little bit and see if we can get these put back in here. Roll this thing off. It'd be awesome. I'm just going to leave the backing plates off this thing for now. That one bolt, that stud's hanging up on it. Let me see if I can knock that thing off. I don't know, get a hammer and beat on it a little bit. We got to clean this out a little bit better. I'll try the other side. I got the short shaft here. It really doesn't matter, but I can maybe pull it in with the bolt. I don't know. See if I got a hammer. Well, I don't have a hammer, but I do have a trailer receiver that weighs about 20 pounds. Seems to be getting it in. I might be able to pull it in with the bolts, or just have the nuts hold it on. That's all I need. Just need to hold the axle in to roll this thing off. I mean, we don't even have a leaf spring. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Just put a ratchet strap around it, but whatever. But let me try and get some bolts in this thing now. Well, I think we can get some nuts and bolts in here. We can try and draw it in, the impact. That would be cool. 3's better than nothing. Turn it. Man, this might work out. What a shot of luck that the axle shafts are in the trunk. So even the drums are in there, but they just wanted that 9-inch carrier. That's all they wanted out of it. I don't know why they took the leaf spring off. That's kind of weird. All right, let's get the impact and run, see if we can pull this thing in. I don't know, I'm just trying to push that bearings back in now. There we go. We got one tire installed-ish. I gotta get the strap off and we'll get to the other side so I can get that tire on. I got to ratchet strap that axle up. I might be able to lift it. Yeah, I can just lift it up. I thought ahead. I brought a little jack to jack the axle up. The jack doesn't have any fluid in it. I'm trying to get the axle up so I can get this tire on. That's the pain about working away from home. You know, you can bring everything and forget one thing and the whole thing's over. So I got to see if I can find a block and a pry bar, try and get this axle up higher. Oh, success! You found one. Awesome. All right, we're back in business. Well, our solution for no leaf spring is we wrap the strap around the axle, tie that on both ends. I'm gonna put a block up on the overload, so that should hold it from dropping down, and we should be able to roll this thing off. Now we got it sitting on tires-ish. I'm gonna hook up to the trailer, pull ahead, gonna have him pick the front of the car up. I'm gonna bolt on this spindle real quick, and then we can pull the ramps out and just roll this whole car off. We're doomed because it's going way too smooth. I mean, it's sitting on that block of wood, it's holding it up just enough, and that strap should keep the axle from moving front and back. That thing looks cool. It's got a tire on it. It's already looking better. It's worth another $100 or more. So I precariously have a jack between the trailer and the sway bar. I might be up high enough now to get the ball joint up in here and swing that lower control arm in, and we'll have more places to put tires. Well, I got one nut through the ball joint. Let's see if we can get the other one up in here. This thing's heavy. Alright, got that one up. Come on, thread. I feel the blood running on my fingers. Start. There we go. Alright. Alright, shoot for the last one. Get that on. And then see if I can get the lower control arm. No, it's got to come up higher. I'm going to go get the impact, tighten those. And we're going to have to come with the tractor and pick the whole thing up so we can swing that lower control arm in and get that bolted on. Then I got front tires. Everybody's so cool here. More car like, look at it, it's already another $100. I think the whole front end is tweaked over. This car might be really messed up. I never said this was Smart Guy Garage. All right, come on up with it. I'm just gonna try and swing the... Perfect. But just don't drop it on me. All right, so I'm gonna put the lower control arm up on here.
Do without the jack, you need it right there.
I don't need it.
That chain hook good still?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good. Don't get up.
Just pull it out. Need a hammer. Where's my trailer hitch? All right, don't move, I got it. Okay, I got it through there. Gotta get it through all the way. There we go.
That it?
Yep. Woo! Look at that. You got quality suspension now.
Quality there.
Yeah. I gotta steal a lug nut or two. I think I'm out of lug nuts.
Yeah?
Yep.
Inside.
They're already lubed. I only got one tire. I'm short one tire, so we'll just throw this tire on it. Come on up. 2 lug nuts.
Who that's better than one to tell me.
Yeah.
That'd be me and you. 2 nuts. My wife's about to
2 way too nuts.
My wife's about to agree with that.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. I mean, these aren't going to roll, but what we can do is we can set this down, and wherever you want me to pull, you pull the ramps up, pick it up, and unload it. Come on down a little bit. Whoa, that's it.
Watch your head.
Okay, go on up. We cut her that way some. Oh, the truck. Are we gonna, you want me to pull ahead? You want to set it down and grab it again?
That wheel's gonna hold it right there.
Here, I got a block. Alright. Axle's staying there. You got her, just pull it off. You're good. Is that okay, or? Yeah, that's fine with me. Well, there it is. It's unloaded. Got 3 tires on it. Really missing a lot of stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna pack this thing up. I gotta return this trailer back to my buddy. Huge thank you, huge thank you to Steve over here. Tell you what, oh look, that was holding the axle up.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
Ain't now, is it?
No, but huge thanks, Steve, for coming with, unloading, and letting me keep my junk here, because that car over there is gonna go into this car, and this car's junk, right? Yeah.
Maybe.
I gotta get this packed up and out of here. Well, I had to run back out here where the yellow Torino is, and my green four-door Torino. So on the way out here, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna see how bad this yellow Torino is screwed up, or how bad the front end is off. So I brought a fender with me. I'm gonna put a fender on the driver's side and see how the line is with that. I mean, I know I'm grasping at straws, guys. I want to know. So I brought a fender with. We're going to try and lay a fender on and see what we can get for lineup. And I don't know. We'll see what else we can come up with. I'm still kicking around the idea of pulling the drivetrain out of that 4-door and throwing it in this yellow one. I'm an idiot. But I don't know. Let's see. Let's at least get a fender on it and see what it looks like. Of course, before I left my house, it was sunny and nice. By the time I get here, it's raining. I mean, it's 12 miles away, but I got to get some parts out of that one, and we'll put the fender on that one. Let's give it a shot, see if it's going to work. It actually still has all the body clips. They're still on it. And I think they pulled the fender off because the fender was good. Now this piece is bent in. I don't know if I have any big tools that may push it out, and this is kind of bent down. But this line here is the one I got to line up to. This stuff bent over isn't that bad. Let me go grab the fender and see. I mean, the cowls are replaceable. The firewall's got a hole in it down there. But that car is a good firewall. Really grabbing at straws. Let me go grab the fender. Alright, so this is a really nice fender that I have. It's got a little Bondo spot in it, but there's no rust. So So this is bent here. I got to take this off. I got a trailer hitch for a hammer. I'll try and bend that out a little bit more. But looks like it's going to fit. I see about that right there. Looks like it's going to line up. These bolt back on. I brought the clips too because I didn't know if somebody would mooch the clips off or not. To hold it. I'll tell you what. I mean, I don't have the bottom bolted in yet. It's too wet. I don't want to be laying in the wet. I guess the main reason that I tried this fender out is I wanted to see if this is bent. And all these holes still line up with a good factory fender. So that tells me that this part isn't wavy or bent. Maybe it's pushed over a bit, but how's that look to you guys? This looks straight. This is definitely bent. I don't know. Like I had mentioned before, I do have a yellow door. I do have a fender, a good fender. The rocker is pushed in, but there's a good rocker on this car. There's good torque boxes. I believe the firewall on this car is good. Yeah, this car's got a way better firewall. So, this engine and drivetrain, what's to go into that? Well, here we are with future me. I just took this car apart. This car wasn't in this video because I don't know if I'm going to save that. My buddy Steve's over here giving me moral support, right, Steve? That's right.
I'll give you the boot.
So I took the radius arm and all the steering off of this car so we can get this car so it'll roll around. Now I got it jacked up precariously sitting on a hill. Look at that. That's dangerous. And I got the radius arm kind of in there. I got to tighten those bolts up and to get a tire on this, jack up the other side, get the tire on and the steering in. The problem with the steering is I have it all off, but there's a tree attached to it. So I have another tie rod on at home. I'll have to get that and put that on. See if we can get the other side up and the steering on. I don't know. I don't think the car's that out of line. I mean, that's out of line, but this part here. Well, we all make mistakes. And in my haste, I don't know if you can see my mistake, but I have the right side spindle on the left side of the car. It's not going to work. I'm going to have to go get the other spindle. But in the meantime, I'm going to put a tire on to hold this thing up and get a tire on the other side. I still have to get the steering linkage together. And it's getting hot out. You know, kind of the witching hour. You know, we're here about lunchtime. This is when the sun starts getting intense. So I'm going to get a tire on this side, jack it up, get a tire on the other side. And we're going to go home and get the correct spindle off, put it over here, and get the steering on here, and we'll have the front end of this thing buttoned up. Then we're going to have to go to the back of the car, get the rear end and leaf springs off that, and put it on this, and drill out the steering, so I got to unlock steering wheel, and I'll have a roller. All right, let me get a tire and get this thing on here. There's a spare tire off one of my cars. Well, we got the other side jacked up, and take the wire wheel, clean those studs off, get a tire on it, get this thing setting down. It'll look more car-like. You know, I mean, there, now it looks more car-like. I'll get a roller here sooner or later. So here's my next issue. If you can see, these threads are horrible. And this drum don't turn. I don't know if I can smash this and get this to turn. I don't even know if I can get lugs on, so I might end up having to pull that brake drum off. that wheel, or that wheel, one of them doesn't turn, and see if we can get it on this one. So we're going to smash it real good with a hammer and see if it comes loose. See if I can get some lug nuts on. If not, then we're pulling it apart. If I'm going to save this car, I'm going to scavenge everything I can off this car. Ta-da! Yeah, I got a wheel on it, but we're going to have to switch. Everything's froze up on these spindles. This is going to go on that side, and I have the other one at home. I don't know if this one turns. No, they're both froze solid. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. It's hot out, and I got to go get the parts from home. And we'll come back, get the front end dialed in, hopefully get the back end out of that car, engine and trans out of that car, so you can put in this. Well, here we are, the next day. And I brought enough parts to undo the thing I did wrong the first time, so hopefully it's right the second time. I did find the other tie rod, so I can get rid of the stump on this side. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back on this car in the past to the video that was posted earlier and finish getting the rear end out of that and the engine ready to pull. So let's just at least get the front end on this car done. All I have left to do is tighten up this radius arm. Well, we got the right spindle on the right side. Now I'm going to bolt this steering gear back up under here. Well, my buddy Steve came over to help me get this thing on here. I'm going to lift this thing up and see if I can get this on the pitman arm.
Yeah, just move.
Yeah. Alright, that's on there. Let me kick this one on here. Then I gotta bolt that cylinder, power steering cylinder up.
Yeah.
I got
What about your impact? Take this.
Yeah, here. Let me get that, and I'll get a wrench on the other side. Alright, top one, tighten her up. Good. Good on the bottom.
Yep. Done.
All right, now all I got to do is kick that lower tie rod on. Oh, I got to put the steering up on the other side.
Up on this.
Yeah, this comes up here. Just got to turn this around here, and it lifts up.
Oh, you got an internal. I see what you mean. It's got an internal.
Yeah, it's got a bolt that goes through. There's a long bolt.
Yeah, there's a long bolt. It's got a sleeve in the frame.
Yeah, I see that.
It's out of line, but it probably comes back.
I got a punch.
It might come back in line.
Let me get the punch out so I can get it lined up.
Yeah. This end needs to go down. This end.
I got this end down. Here's a punch. You want to try and get your end go down?
But I'm going to have to hit it. Up here, there's a hole frame.
Oh man, we got a problem here. The bolts that go inside the unibody fell out. So if we can get at least this top one in, oh, I'm gonna have to beat that thing in there. Let me see.
You something hit it with?
Oh no, I got it. All right, now I'm gonna need a hammer to tap it in. Not up high enough?
Make you hold up just a little bit.
There we go. There we go.
Does it have a nut goes on it?
Yeah, I gotta find it.
Okay, I need the nut.
All right, hang on. Let me tap her through.
It's through. Yeah, that bolt's real long. It's definitely gonna do that.
Then all we got to do is put the tie rod on the other side.
Right.
We got steering.
There it is.
All right. The last thing we have left is a tie rod on this side. And we should be in good shape to pick this thing up and move it. This thing is froze. I don't know if these things are break loose, but at least they'll slide without folding everything up. So what I did was, this is a tie rod off the other side. So in order to get this to work, I have to loosen this sleeve up and hopefully rotate this thing 180 degrees. It doesn't look too rusty. I can give it a shot. So I'm waiting on my buddy Steve to come give me a big pipe wrench to spin this tie rod around. I'm gonna see if I can pull out what's left of this carpet. I don't know. Oh, it's nasty. At least get some of the moisture and hundavirus out of here. Oh, God, does it stink. Oh, shit. Grab a glass. The floor is pretty much non-existent. But the unibody and torque box isn't too bad. They do sell floors for the entire car. There we go. I've seen worse. The other side is about the same. Don't know about the back. Let's get underneath and look. Well, there's the floor. It looks like somebody picked this thing up with a forklift. Caved in the floor pans, which are not horrible, but need to be replaced. Back floor pans aren't bad. Unibody. Unibody's solid along with the torque boxes, so it really just needs floors, and just the rockers caved in, not the whole section. Well, here we are, back to future me, because that was just past me over there, and I guess it's future me, so it looked like I've been working a lot, which I have. Pulled the dash and the steering column out of that green Torino, because this steering column, I don't have keys, it won't unlock. I was going to pull this column out of the car anyways, and seeing as how this car is mostly apart, I'm just going to switch the columns. That one's missing a turn signal, it's all busted up. This one I know it works, and I needed all the automatic shifter linkage, along with a million other things for in here. I'm going to get this thing unbolted, put this in, that way this car will be able to steer, so I can get it in and out of my shop and hide it in disgrace. So let's get working on pulling that one out and that one in, and we'll have a steerable car. As you can see by the holes here, there's plenty of ventilation. Somebody did try removing a wiper switch and had no idea what they were doing. This column is held in by 4 bolts up there and 4 bolts down in there, and the 2 on the rag joint, plus the wire loom. So hopefully I'll just get all these pulled off, switch these over quick. Never works out that good. Well, success. I got the steering column out. Kind of a battle. And once again, I've been defeated by not having enough tools. I have to go get a socket to get that nut off that rag joint, and probably some type of a puller to pull that off, because that is corroded on. Worst case scenario, I do have the complete box off the other car. I can just put it on here. I'll set this column in here for now. With the hardware, I might put it up in there. We'll take this one home, see if we can get that undone. Oh, look at this. Check this out. There is the original build sheet for this Torino. I don't know if I can get this thing out of here. I got to pull the ignition switch off, but that's the original build sheet. That's pretty cool. I usually put them under the seats. So let me see if I can get that out of there. All right, the last bolt off. And I pull the ignition switch up. Let's see if we can, ooh, man, this thing is crispy. I don't know if that's going to come out of there or not. Well, I got it loose, but it just came out in pieces. Yeah, it's just all dry rotted. That's too bad. I don't know if we'll save anything out of it or not, but I've never seen a build sheet put in a column. Have any of you guys seen that done? I don't know. It's a new one on me. That's good. Good. I'm going to take the wheels and tires off this thing. We're going to cut the U-bolts, pull that axle out, and maybe set the new one in. So, axle's out. I'm going to pry this apart, get this off. I have a brand new one. And we'll set the new axle in. Let me see. I can get this thing to pry apart here. There's the new parts I got. Not new, but you know, they're off the original green car. There we go. Oh, it's coming apart. There we go. Yep. Ta-da! It's off. All right, well, I'm gonna pull this bolt out and that shackle off. Ready? Oh, 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 careful, careful. We got that one on film, unlike the bee sting to your face.
That tried to take me out, didn't it?
It did.
It didn't get me though.
Hard part's gonna be lifting it up.
Oh, that's right. It's got to go your way.
I gotta come back to me.
Hold on. I'm gonna put my foot against it.
All right, ready?
Yeah. A bit.
Going an angle maybe there.
That's good.
Now,
you got a floor jack?
yeah, I do. You got a floor
Be
jack.
easier to pick it up with that floor jack.
Yep.
Take that jack and push it. Hold that way a long ways, then it'll try to
Yep.
roll it that way.
Yep.
Hopefully it will. Did it go down any further?
That's it.
It ain't gonna go down?
That's it.
Oh, that's it. If she don't slip, we're good.
Ready? Oh, we're almost on it. Let me go on the other side.
You get my foot against it. Hold on. Watch your fingers.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. The whole thing's got to come ahead.
Let's see what it does.
Let me see if I can get it set on this perch.
Yeah, I'm glad you took that pressure off Paul, because I didn't
Yeah.
want that to happen.
I gotta get it hooked on the jack. I gotta push this side in on first, I think.
You got it pretty far, but not far. Almost there, but you roll this in some?
Yeah, if you can. Let me come pick up that side.
Hold on.
There we go, we're on. Yeah, it's on.
Roll my
So let me get the jack under it.
Jack her up.
I get the U-bolts in on this side and hold it.
Yep. You get yours
Yep.
started down.
There we go. We're sitting right on it.
I did.
So now the hard part is we're going to jack that up, get this shackle on. We got to get the bolt through the front. I guess maybe you try and get the bolt through the front first.
Probably.
And then we can just jack up the back. So see how that works. All right, hang it. There we go.
Going in.
Hang it. Let me get it lined up. There you go. Okay, stop.
It's gonna fall on that a little bit.
It's, you got to let her down a bit. I got a piece of metal hanging off. I got to cut off. That should do it. All right, bring her up.
Up.
Yep. Boy, she's snug in there.
You get your
Is
hammer.
that pry bar over there or a hammer?
How about a hammer?
We gotta come up some more. There you go. Okay, hold it. Now you gotta come ahead. Maybe I'll get that back hanger on, then we can kick it ahead.
See how close it is.
Oh, it's still got the grommets or no? Yeah. I got grommet on one side, so I gotta put grommet.
Don't worry at all about that.
No, that's good. All right, this has got to go up too.
Huh?
You got to go up too. This will work though. There you go. Oh, pushing the bushing out on that side. I might have to spray some lube on these bushings to get them in. It'll be nice to have an actual rear end under this thing. Some people put on the video about putting one leaf spring on. They say, oh, you got to have matched leaf springs. They just don't know how bad this car actually is. A little slippery sauce in there.
I don't know if you've seen his car across the road over here. You see that? He's got a 55 convertible, a 50 bed.
All right, well, I got the shackle on. All I got to do is kick that rear end. I'll kick it if you want to see if I can get that in far enough. I got to kick the axle towards you. Kick it in.
Yep.
A little more?
Yeah, one more. It's bouncing.
Oh.
Oh, maybe I've done it. Hold on. Let off a little bit. Come in a little bit more. Little bit, I mean. Oh,
Right there?
maybe, just maybe right there. That's close. More or something.
I don't want to kick it off.
It's no. It's
I know it fits because it went through the, and I had it through there.
I let it off just a little bit. See if it is. Just started. I need to bump it. Just bump
So
it.
you need a hammer?
Yeah, just
It's right there.
I want to bump it easy.
Did you knock her in? There you go.
It's almost.
We got the axle under it. That's awesome.
You put these tires back on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the tires back on it and
Yeah.
we're able to move again. Right. I gotta get a socket. I gotta get the impact on it.
That wrench don't hit you right there.
Yeah, that would suck.
That wouldn't be.
Like a real car. Feels like a real boy.
I don't know how snug you got these pulled up.
I just pulled one up, I think, tight. Oh, they all gotta come up. I gotta get it at 9/16 wrench, I think. Well, this is one of those one-size-fits-all rims. The tire's flat though, so. Alright, get that. Tighten that up and we can set it on the ground. It's a big spider.
Yeah, that's what I say. You look at it.
That spider ain't moving either.
Well, they don't seem to be afraid of nobody.
No, oh, it's got got its egg sac. Check this out. That Spider, he's feisty, or she. Got her egg sac with her. You don't want to bug her too much. No. Ooh. All right, let's jack it up, set it down, and see how that works out for us. I got one brake hung up on the car, which is good because it'll keep it from rolling down the hill. I got it blocked too.
Yeah, it's blocked. Yeah.
Almost enough room to get it out. Can you kick it out?
It's trying to go down the hill.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'm gonna set it down to get check pick up.
Get my hammer, knock it out.
If you think it'll knock out.
Well, I won't be in the way that way.
The front wheels are chock. Just don't let. There you go. I'll let her down. Coming down. Ha ha! Yeah, it's sitting on the ground. Oh, it's also sitting on the ground.
It's on now.
Yep.
All forward.
Sitting on all the pods. Well, there we go. For the first time in a very long time, this thing is actually sitting on its own feet. Yeah, spring's holding up. I'm happy. Next thing we got to do is attack that steering, get that in, and one wheel's locked up, and I can roll this thing to my house. Yeah. Well, it's moving day. Finally got this thing so we can get it to roll, get it over to the house, and get this thing dropped off, and get the engine and trans put in it, and see if we can get it to run and drive. At least it looks more car-like than the last time we moved it. All right, let's get it over to FBG. Well, it's here. And now I got to do something with it. First thing I'm going to do before I get it into the shop, cleaned out somewhat, at least the big chunks. I don't think I'm going to wash it yet, because I still don't even know if we're going to keep it in one piece. We'll get the garbage can out, we'll clean this out, kind of go through it a little bit more. Maybe pull this seat out here, I don't know yet. And we'll pick it up at the tractor and we're gonna shove it in the shop. Really give it a good once over, get it up in the air. I think maybe we'll put some brakes on it and throw that engine in and see if it'll run and drive. It probably will. I'm not saying it's gonna be some huge miracle. I know the engine runs, I know the transmission works. But the question is why? And like I said before, even if it's not a good usable car, all my parts are going to be in one spot, and they're movable because I need stuff to be movable here. I can't have dead vehicles. I guess that's my biggest thing, is just get this car so it'll start, run, maybe stop, move, and get out of Mrs. FlatBroke Garage's line of view, you know. So let's get this thing cleaned out, see if we find any treasures, doubtful, and push it inside. Sounds like a plan. Well, believe it or not, the door still opens and closes. Not easily, but check that out. All right, let me go get a garbage can, and like I said, we'll just start shoveling and vacuuming. These kind of weird alien looking things. So I got to show you guys this. I just pulled the seat cover off of this seat, and underneath the seat cover is good upholstery. Can't figure out what they did. They upholstered over a good seat. That's weird. That's good because it saved the seat, so that's kind of cool. I can't figure that out. Maybe this thing had seat covers put on, but Back seat appears to just have one on it. Yeah. Just keep digging through the crap. I already got one full can. I have to go get another bag. Only got the bottom of the back seat out. And it appears the bulk of the creatures lived underneath the back seat. The floor is buckled here. Like I had mentioned before, I don't know if that's from when they moved this thing with a forklift in the junkyard or it's part of the accident. Probably could be part of the accident. So we're going to soldier on and keep cleaning out the hantavirus. And well, now I got the bottom of the back seat out. I'm kind of digging around. And I noticed some more clues to where I think this car was, at one time, well taken care of. Look at the seat belts. They're in nice shape. And then I started grabbing these bags. These bags are still around the seat belts. Those are factory bag protection. This seat belt has never been unbuckled from the time it came out of the factory. Now that's just my take on it, but this whole thing was enclosed in plastic till I grabbed the plastic. That seat belt is brand new. That one is not in plastic, but that one is. Kind of interesting. Ugh, it stinks in this thing. I know everybody says that, but unless you've done this for yourself, you really can't get the full flavor of cleaning one of these cars out. Well, there we go. We got it cleaned out. Yeah, the car's rusty. Floors are really rusty. Gonna have to get this into the shop and get it up in the air, really look around. But it cleaned up, you know, better. I got one garbage bag full there. I got another bag about half full. I had to empty the vacuum. Twice. I mean, it's just like topsoil at this point. But yeah, the unibody's still there. They do sell floors, but let's get this in the shop and really see how bent it is.
Later.
Well, I finally got it in the shop and it's up in the air. I got a little disclaimer for you guys. Like the SpongeBob meme mentioned a few moments ago, it has been a few weeks later, probably 3 to 4 weeks. That's because I film a bunch of videos all at the same time, which a lot of YouTube guys do. I just don't have the intelligence to put on the same shirt and not change my shop to make it all look cohesive. I actually got this car back in April, and it is now July, and it has finally just got into the shop. We've made it this far. It's in the shop. But in the meantime, my buddy Paul, if you guys follow the channel, from Attempted Auto, he bought a Nova way back when, last year or so ago. Tried to drive it back to Pennsylvania. It didn't work. He bought another car from my buddy Steve, and we brought that here. He got it running, and guess what? It is on the road. That has happened. I actually ended up winning a Gov Deals auction. I kind of had to rearrange my shop. I threw a lot of stuff out. The shop looks different. No, you didn't have an aneurysm. The shop is different. Now that it's in here and up in the air, we need to make a decision. Is it a savable car? You guys put down in the comment. You know, you've seen what's going on with this thing. Let me know. We're going to get a little more insight underneath the car now that it's up in the air. I want to see if this thing is actually straight. We're going to look at the rocker moldings and see if there's any deviation, maybe measure it, and see how out of whack the car is. So let's get under this thing, take a look, and I don't know, you guys help me make a decision, you know, or you can just point and laugh. As we dive underneath here, let's take a look at the carnage. Like I had mentioned before, the unibody and main structure of the car is not that rusty. The floors, however, are pretty much gone. Now, I've replaced a bunch of floors, and they're not bad. The key is the structure. All of this stuff. And the rockers are what make the unibody tied together in the unibody. The roof and the rockers are going to hold these cars together. And all of this seems to be pretty decent. If you look down the pinch weld of this rocker molding, that thing looks very straight. Now this is the damaged side of the car, which tells me I don't think the car is that bent. I could run a tape measure across it, but that doesn't call for squareness. Okay, we get into the rear unibody. I guess they call these the rear torque boxes or whatever they're structural. All of this that holds the rear suspension, once again, is very solid. Leaf spring hanger mounts, those are good. This side, well, they did some butchery when they removed the leaf spring on that side, which I still don't understand why. The rocker on this side, on the driver's side, appears to be just as solid. Once again, floor not so good, unibody good. They took all the brake lines off. It looks like that was cut or snapped off, but I don't know why, but they took all the lines off the firewall. Front torque box, again, not horrible. We got to address this. These are riv nuts for the steering mount. This is just kind of loosely mounted. I got to weld something in for the power steering or figure something else out. We come down the outer rocker. It's dirty, but it's not rusty. Even the lower part of the quarters aren't that rusty. Just got a little bit of rust in this corner. Got some rust back here, but not horrendous. Fuel tank is junk. I have a fuel tank. Up top here in the firewall, like I said, the cowl is completely gone. Upper and lower cowl. Yeah, that's common. We do need master cylinder. Here's all the brake hardware that bolts onto the firewall that I took off the green four-door car. And I also took the wire loom off the green car because this sat without a hood on it and the wiring is really crunchy and dry. So I guess in the next video, we're going to put brakes on, including all new brake lines, master cylinder, which are parts I have, wire loom, get the steering mounted on right, and then I'm going to dump this 302 with a C4 that I do know runs and did move into this car. Well, after going underneath this car, all in all, I wouldn't call it a train wreck. More of a car wreck, which it really is, but it's not horrendous. I mean, over time, a guy could fix it, sentimental value, whatever. This could be restored. I'm not that sentimental yet. But it did give me a little more inspiration to get this thing running, driving, and stopping. And I've had a couple body shops reach out to me through Facebook and Instagram and said they'd be willing to try and pull an A-pillar out for me. I could hang a door and a fender on it, at least make it look a little less wrecked, a little more Joe Dirt. That was kind of cool. Also, over the time I've owned this car, I kind of wanted to do a little research on the history of the car. I did have the name of the dealership, and there is a thing called Marty Report. For those of you that don't know, Marty Report is basically Ford records. They verify the VIN number and tell you every option that was on the car, where it was sold, when it was sold, yada yada. I ordered a basic Marty Report on this, and a couple things came back and I thought they were pretty cool. So this car was sold originally by Guy Motors in South Carolina. It is a grabber yellow or bright yellow car, which is kind of a special color. You know, not a lot of them, and I kind of like the grabber blue, grabber yellow. It did have factory laser stripes. Also, it came with a 4-barrel Cleveland, which is a little more higher horsepower, but the kicker is this car had hideaway headlights. Those are awesome. I always wanted to put hideaway headlights on my blue car, but I tell you what, just finding them used, they're way above my pay grade. If anybody out there in YouTube land has a set that needs to be repaired or restored and you don't want them no more, put my email right here, flatbrokegaragetn@gmail.com. You can reach me there. Now, I'm not rich, hence the name FlatBroke Garage, but I would be interested in maybe getting a set of hideaway headlights that weren't through the usual Torino parts seller guys, because I can't afford them. If you watch the channel, you also know that I like the original paint and seeing what's left of it. So I cheated. I went over to the corner of the car, kind of did a little wet sanding, SOSing, threw a little buff on it. I'll bring you over and show you what it came out like. Kind of spurred me on a bit more. Let's go take a look. Not too bad. It paint is really thin. I mean, it's worn through. But I don't know, you can still see she's still got a shine to it. Camera's trying to focus. It really doesn't, the light's bouncing off of it. I waste so much time on junk. I'd also like to say a huge thank you, maybe, to my buddy Ryan Brutt, the auto archaeologist. He used to write the barn finds articles for Motor Trend or Hot Rod Magazine, but he has his own YouTube channel. Definitely check out Ryan's channel. He finds all kinds of cool stuff like this. He travels the country and digs these things up and just documents them. He doesn't buy them, he documents them. But Ryan happened to have a buddy, Lee Hodge. Now, Hodge owns Hodge's Restoration. That is where I got this car. Lee is a super cool guy, and Ryan got me in touch with him. He ended up with this car. He really was on the fence, didn't know what to do with it, and he ended up listing it on Marketplace. And my buddy Ryan had sent me the listing and contacted Lee, told him I was interested in the car. And that's how I ended up getting this car. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more progress on this car, all you got to do is give me a thumbs up or subscribe so you get a notification when more videos like this come up, or a bunch of the other stuff. The rescue that we're doing with my buddy Paul, my Jeep J3000 truck, that's coming back. We're putting a bed on that. I'm going to try and make it look like the Tremors truck. Another huge update. Ashley's engine is finished for her car. It could have been done sooner, but I am FlatBroke Garage. But the engine is done, so there will be a video coming up very soon, no dates, of us getting the engine in and Ashley driving her Mustang, and we're getting it ready to give to her. So once again, thank you so much, really from my heart. I appreciate all you guys that follow along with my nonsense and stupidity. Even if you're just here to point and laugh, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.